I'm talking about with the two of these. Okay, and I guess it's time to get into the app. The app is like really okay. The app's like super okay. Basically, you want to get the app because all of these speakers don't, when they come out of the factory, they're not maxed out. You can go on your phone, max that out. You can go on whatever your music app, max that out. You're still not going to get the most out of it. You have to go to the app, individually select each speaker. Talking about the JBL app. Individually select each speaker and just throw all the levels all the way up to the top. There's no reason not to. The reason why they're set lower is so on the box they can say that the battery life is longer than what it is. Okay? When you use the app, you want to have your Bluetooth on and you want to have all of your speakers situated where you're going to want to situate them. So if you're wearing your speakers, have them on you. Because if you start moving around, if you start moving the speakers around, it messes things up. You can kind of walk around with your phone, but I've realized there's sort of like there's some sort of weird interaction with the radius and loudness to the phone. I can't really describe it really. I have all my speakers on me, so it doesn't really matter as much. But like just being in different places or moving the speakers around is not a great idea, is all I'm going to say. How it works is it Bluetooths to one speaker to your phone, and then it uses that speaker to connect to the other one. So there's like some sort of like receiver and transmitter that's not really Bluetooth. It's like something else. We'll call it like Red Fang or some shit. And that connects to all the other speakers. Okay? They all need an update. All my speakers need an update, but for some reason it just doesn't update. So the app's just like so iffy. It's cool when it works, but like there's this like button it's supposed to just like chain them like into your, chain them in or out or whatever. It just doesn't work out. I've had people twice come up to me and be like, "Hey, can we link our speakers to your music?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, sure." And I'll try it, and it just like I can't figure it out in 3 minutes or less. And I'm not really like, I got my boomer moments really, but it like for example, what you wouldn't want to do is you wouldn't want to have these things linked and playing, and then you turn this thing on, okay? Because it's just, the music's just gonna go to this one, and then they're not gonna get their signal anymore because the Bluetooth has priority over the app protocol. And like I've even like disconnected and stuff before. I would prefer to just have it so that they like some of these don't have. I don't know. It just, the networking side of it isn't super duper fun. The good news is if you have it all set up before you roll out, so just like any sound system, it takes a little bit to set up and network and figure out how things go. If you do that, you'll be fine. But if you're trying to play music and then suddenly like you're trying to add or take out speakers and stuff in the middle of it, it just becomes less than optimal. Now, the battery life for this one's different than these two, right? This one is maybe about 3 hours. These two is like 6. So, that's kind of like another thing to take into consideration. However, what you can do is you can daisy chain. You can daisy chain using the charging cables, but you'll have to get you'll have to get your own charging cables. You can't use the ones that came in the box because they don't go to the USB port right here. But you could plug a USB to USB-C, and so you could daisy chain your speakers together, all right? And I'll tell you, when these two are linked, they do not drain battery at the same rate. They're doing something more than just both playing. So what I'll say is, is like when these two are linked, it's like basically having like 1.5 of these. It's not as loud as 2 of these. It's about as loud as 1.5 of these. But if I link all 3 of these together, it's about having like almost 2 of them. Like it's about almost as loud as having 2 of these. Okay, so there's a lot of different cool possibilities you can do by chaining them together. And so yeah, this is kind of my setup right now, and I can fill an entire parking lot with noise for an entire evening. Okay, there's more party here than I have in me. Okay, the battery life lasts longer than I do, which is great. Now, I guess the last thing that I'm going to say is that this is my setup right here. I really like it a lot. It sounds great in the rain. This setup for whatever reason sounds great in the rain. It like charges the little droplets with music energy. And it just seems like it's louder and it's further. And maybe just because there's less people out and about in the rain. That could be it too. But because they're waterproof, you can have them in the rain, okay? And so like these things have their own element. And that's really ultimately what they do is they put you in your element all the time if you wear them or you set them up or whatever. Okay, but like if you put them in the rain as well, people are out of their element in the rain, and you might be out of your element in the rain as well. But you're in your element because of these speakers here, which create really just an incredible phenomena. The boom is fine, the radius is fine on these. It's a great combo. I really stand by these speakers, and I fall for them, and yeah, everything, a fly, every sort of verb as well.